Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy NOFTY Gang, and we back here with another monthly recap review, album review video. You know, we back on this. This one's out a little late, I know, but this has been a pretty hectic time for me, and a lot of things are going on right now. Just been extremely busy, and this also was a huge album month. It took me a long time. It took me past March to even listen to all the albums that I wanted to listen to because there was a lot that dropped this month. There's a lot that dropped. Sorry, this keep falling, bro. Nah, but yeah, there was a lot to listen to this month, and yeah, surprisingly, most of the albums were actually very good. We heard some really, really good projects that either added to or released. Um, as always, I want you to give me suggestions. I've seen a couple suggestions on the last one, and I want to get those too. And there was actually, I seen somebody commented about Lucky, and they wanted me to react to that. He was actually supposed to drop this month, and he didn't, so that's unfortunate. But he's supposed to drop soon, so hopefully he drops soon. And then I can get that guy. I seen his channel, so I'll shout him out. But yeah, hopefully, he'll drop next month and we'll be able to have that. But a lot of these albums are really good, and yeah, I just want y'all to let me know if there's anything that you guys want me to react to, things make differently. I want to do awards for a month now. I'm gonna get that going. Yeah, but without further ado, let's get into the reviews. You know what I'm saying? All right, starting out with the first album that I listened to is the Creed 3 soundtrack by Dreamville. Now, you normally movie soundtracks are pretty they're mid. They don't really have anything going on, but this one's by Dreamville, of course, like J. Cole, JID, Earth Gang, all like we might actually have a good project on our hands. Um I wouldn't say it fully lived up to my expectation when I seen that Dreamville made it, but it's still a good project. It's a Dreamville album, so of course it's gonna be good. However, it is a movie soundtrack, so it's not supposed to be the best album that's dropped, and it's not. It's good, but there aren't many songs that really stick. Um, so I still agree with that for sure. In the Room with Tierra Whack, JID, and BJ the Chicago Kid is a good song. Really good lyrics, really good all that. That's what you're gonna get with the Dreamville project. My Boy was one of the singles that they released off of it. It's good. It's catchy. Adonis and just a J. Cole song, just a nice spitting J. Cole song. It's good. It's short. There's a couple other good songs on it, but nothing really amazing. But every song on it is pretty good. So, just it's a solid 7 out of 10, I'd say. All right, so this is an album that got songs added to it. It's basically a deluxe album. Which I did not listen to the first drop when it came out. I just started listening to Finesse. This is 90 Days Later. So he released 90 Days a little while ago. But I just listened to this project and I graded it as a whole because I haven't heard it until then. I mean, I heard a couple songs. I heard the one with Lil Baby. I heard that stuff. But this one, I listened to the full thing and it's a good project. The beats are amazing and he's a good, talented rapper. This is a good album. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but it's good. That's just the best way I can explain it. It's nothing amazing, but he's got good talent. He sounds like Moneybagg Yo, but a little bit different. Of course, everybody's unique in their own type of way, but he's in that type of area. So if you don't know who this guy is, you listen to Moneybagg. This is a guy for you for sure. Um, Out of Stats, How to Act is a song I definitely came back to a bunch. Honestly, out of state, out of stats, I just said. Out of state and still with it. I think I do like those songs, but I haven't really came back to any song off this project too much. But How to Act is a really good song. I could think about that one. I can hear it in my head right now. It's a banger for sure. Like I said, there's a song with Lil Baby on it. I forgot who else is on this album, but it's solid. There's nothing crazy about it, but it is an 8 to me because the whole album is good. It's just nothing is like crazy. You're gonna listen to it again for sure. So this album is an album that did not release in March. So, I'm kind of twisting a little bit, but I didn't see it when it dropped. And I was very disappointed when I seen that I didn't see it because This first album, Let's Do a Drill by Asian Doll, it was stacked with New York features, stacked with just features all around, and it was a good project. There was a lot of songs that I listened to off of it, um, but this one really did not live up to it. I said, while I truly love the first album of Let's Do a Drill, this was nowhere near the project, and there's only a few songs I come back to. Now, that's kind of true. I suppose I gave it a 4 out of 10. Um, the only song that I really came back to at all is Like La with Tata and Kyle Rich. Kyle Rich and Tata's part is really good. Her part is kind of mid. I can't lie. Quit Blaming is a good song. I just haven't came back to it much. It's not a good project, honestly. The first one was so much better. Macklemore. So we got Ben by Macklemore. So of course everybody knows who Macklemore is. This guy's pretty butt. I can't lie. I've everybody knows Thrift Shop and whatever else he's made, but um this project is interesting to me because so I said his raspy and pop attractive sound is not something I enjoy, and it's the same way in this album. There are a couple sad songs that I really enjoy. So there were a couple songs that actually like hit, and the song with Untitled Chapter, Faithful, is so good. I really like that song a lot. It's not for everybody for sure, but it is something that surprised me, and it's something that I seen and heard, and I was like, this is a pretty good song. I came back to it a decent amount. And then Chant with Tones and I, she kills the chorus, and it's just a good song. It's very similar to the ones that he's gotten, famous off of, but it's good. And then there's a couple songs like God's Will that are, just him rapping about sad stuff going on with his life, stuff like that. It's actually not bad, but the whole project as a whole isn't great. It's pretty average. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, there's not much to it, You either hate him or love him, or I don't really know anybody who loves him actually, but it's not bad. It's not bad. 3x Bravo, 3 times Bravo. I don't know exactly how to say his name, but this is a guy that I feel like is so underrated. I know that's kind of bogus for me saying that I don't even know how to say his name, but Where's Bravo by 3x Bravo. This guy, I've been kind of preaching that he's been underrated for a while now. He's made a couple really good songs. Why is a great song. Heart Gone Part 1 and Part 2 are both amazing songs that I've had on repeat for months now. But this project didn't totally live up to what I've heard from him before. But it's not bad. It's a little above average, I'd say. A short project by Bravo. It's really good. Just more great music from a great artist. That's what I say. Because it is a short project, so I couldn't give it a full rating out of 10. But I gave it a 6.5 for a short project. All the songs are solid off of it, but I was a little disappointed by it. I was really excited to listen to it. A little disappointing, but if you haven't heard of this guy, start listening to his stuff, listen to his past things. He's a really talented artist, and this isn't a bad piece of work by him. This project here is one that I didn't know. I still really don't know why I reacted to this one or how it even came to be, because it's completely out of what I do. And I'm not saying that I don't like this kind of stuff, because I actually do. I enjoy it. This is like a rock pop type of album. I don't know really how I even found out about it, but I did. Past, Present, Future by Meet Me at the Altar. This new style of pop punk rock music is impressive. I really enjoy it, and every song on the album is pretty good. I enjoy it. So this album I have came back to a couple times. It's a little weird, like it's not really my type of thing, so I don't listen to it a ton. But there's a couple songs that are really good off of it. Kind of reminds me of a Paramore type thing, which I love, of course. It's Over for Me, Need Me, Thanks for Nothing are all good songs. There's a couple other good songs off the album. Like I said, though, they're all pretty consistently good. It's a good project. I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is pretty good. If you like that kind of stuff, if you like that like more pop type of rock stuff, definitely listen to this album. It's really good, and they definitely have something. This band, I don't really know too much about them, but they have something in them for sure. Our first really short album, only 4 songs, so I can't give it anything high, but these songs are all really good, so I gotta give it an average type of score. This is Just for Clarity 2 by Blxst. So now I gave it a 5.5, which doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It just means that the rating is going to be a little lower just because it is 4 songs. So I'm not going to give a project with 4 songs, a 10 if it's really that good, just because even if it's the most perfect thing in the world, it's just not going to happen just because it's a little, I don't want to say unfair, but it's a little just weird. It's a little whack. I think one of the reasons why you'd have a 10 project is because you consistently did it, and you can't consistently do something with 4 songs. I mean, you can, but it's not really shown too much. But yeah, all these 4 songs are actually all really, really good. Ghetto Cinderella, really good. Mustard B, he absolutely killed the beat, of course. And then Blxst just does his thing, absolute vibe. Comes in and he's got that flow. It's really good project. Keep Calling, Larry June. We're gonna talk about Larry June a little bit, but yeah, you know what Larry June brings. Call My Bluff. Those are the 3 that I really like. But there is another. It was really close though, because all 4 songs are really that good. All right, so we have an absolute legend dropping this month, and although it wasn't my favorite project, you just gotta appreciate it. We got Conway the Machine and Jay Skees. I want to say Skeezy. I don't know how it is pronounced. Never heard of that guy, but Conway, of course, absolute legend. Love Conway the Machine. Pay and Provide a Profit. This is another short project, so I couldn't give it a big rating out of 10. I gave it a 6.5 though. It's a little longer. Short album, but the lyrical ability from an absolute OG. I read that completely wrong. Shout out Dyslexia. Short album, but the lyrical ability and absolute OG flow from Conway and Jay is amazing. Yeah, they both killed it. Conway, of course, is better, but yeah, both of them had extremely good flows. No song really jumps off the track list. Food with all those artists is a really good song. That one definitely caught my eye. All those artists on it are really talented. Cocaine Paste and Metallic Fives. Metallic Fives was one that they released before, but it's really good. Yeah, it's just a good project. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. This is if I ever get to awards, which I'm going to. I just don't know if I want to start doing it like now and then catch up, or if I want to, do it at the end of the year and really let my thoughts sit for each month, see what I really came back to. But if I ever start doing awards, this award is an award that's perfect for this album is Most Surprising. We got 29 by Bankrol Hayden. Bankrol Hayden is just a very casual thing. I've liked the work that he put out. I don't know what the album is called, but the one where he's in the hospital bed is a good project. But this is something that I didn't really expect. I really enjoy this project. Some of it is sad songs that I extremely felt, and other parts is just full of amazing flows by Hayden. He's got a great flow of good lyrics. So I know a lot of people don't really they're not really too familiar with Bankrol, and I'm not even totally either, but this guy's got a killer flow, and he's really got some deep things that he says as well. No Drama is amazing. If you please go check that song out because it's really good. Yeah, the No Drama is really good. Cabo is really good, and Bop Style Bluefit. He dropped that a little earlier. It's just it's kind of a stupid song, but it's actually a vibe, and it's kind of once you listen to it a couple times, you you in there dance and stuff. But no, this project's really good. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, which is strong for sure. I don't know if I totally agree with the 8.5. Totally, part of me says yes, part of me doesn't. But every time I came back to listen to it to think about changing it, I've kind of agreed with myself even more. It really is that good. There's so many good songs, completely consistent, and yeah, just a very underrated project. This is an interesting project. We got Hot Shot GG mixtape, Gangsta Girls mixtape by Perico, and DJ Drama. It's not horrible, but it's not very good. His voice doesn't work most of the time, and although nothing is terrible about it, nothing is good, really. This one, I think I was a little harsh with the rating, but it's really not good, and I haven't came back to one song off of it. It's not really that listen toable, but it's not bad either. His voice is a little just off. It's not really anything I really don't know what to say about this project because it's nothing special, but it's not bad. I'm not trying to shit on it. It's actually not terrible, but I don't know. There's really nothing to say about this project. I don't know why the Miley Cyrus got moved under this. It says on my slide on the slideshow, it's perfectly fine. It just when I present it, it's weird, but you get the idea of it. Endless Summer Vacation by Miley Cyrus. This is obviously a very anticipated album by a lot of pop fans, a lot of Miley Cyrus fans. Now, I've never loved Miley Cyrus, but I came in good. Or what the hell am I trying to say there? I don't even know. But I think I meant to say like I came in with like an open mind, like a I don't know, to be honest. But there's a couple of songs that are okay, but there's just not much here for me. Yeah, it's not really anything great. But Flowers is my favorite song off the album. It's a single, of course, which doesn't really tell you anything great. Jaded is not bad. I've played that song a couple times. And Wonder Woman is a really good song. It's really deep, and it just, speaks on what it's like to be a woman and how you could, be powerful in that position and stuff. And I could really appreciate that. I think it's the last song off the album, which it's powerful. So you got to give her credit. And she's, of course, one of the, I hate to say that she's one of the greats, but she's definitely up there. She's an extremely well-known name. She's been around forever. So, I mean, shout out to her. She didn't do anything great on this project, but it's not bad. I'm sure the Miley Cyrus fans love it. Just for me personally, I gave it a 4. It's just not very good, but there's a couple songs on it. We got Ugly by slowthai. This is terrible. I don't know what to say else. I give it a 1 out of 10. This album, I feel like you guys think I'm being critical or maybe I'm being too nice sometimes. This album is really that bad. I wanted to sit through it, but I had to skip every song because it was so bad. Yeah, this I can't say anything else, but it's horrible. It's actually horrible. So this album is interesting. We got Masego by Masego. I like the idea, the kind of old school style. However, this album is so boring and just not good, really. I listened to this as the same one as slowthai, so it might just be. I tried to give it another listen, and it really wasn't good anyway, so I can't even say that. But, yeah, this project is just. I mean, I get the whole idea behind it, and two of the songs that I put on here are okay, I guess, but it just isn't executed well. Not listen toable, really. I haven't came back to it at all. It's not very good, but yeah. Yeah, this month isn't looking great so far for what you guys are seeing, but I promise it does pick up. All right, so we got Lil Pump 2 by Lil Pump. So Lil Pump fell off the face of the earth. I listened to Lil Pump when he first came out. It was just the idea, but his music is god awful. We all know that. This project is exactly what you'd expect from a Lil Pump album. It is horrible. I was gonna clickbait this this YouTube video with something Lil Pump, but then I realized that Lil Pump doesn't really have a name anyway, so there's no point of doing it. Lil Pump is honestly so bad. There was a couple songs that weren't terrible, but there's a couple songs that are both able to be the worst songs I've ever heard all year, so it measures out. I think we know what song I'm talking about if you listen to this project. Pump Rock X Heavy Metal is arguably the worst song of all time, probably. It's just pump rock shit, hey, slit my wrist. It's horrible. It's literally one of the worst things I've ever heard. Now, however, on the other side of things, which doesn't really weigh out because pretty much every song on this project is bad, I don't mind with Youngboy. I can't lie when I say I've been bumping that song a lot lately. I've been listening to Youngboy a lot, but Lil Pump actually does this thing on that song. I really enjoy that song. And then Tesla's Smoke Perp sounds like one of his old songs that were actually good. Well, not really, but it sounds like a decent Lil Pump song that you could actually be get kind of excited for. But and then I put Walk on there, but that's not a good song either. None of the songs on the album other than that are really good at all in any type of way. It's just a meme. He's just a meme. It's bad. So Sha EK, I love Sha EK. There are only 4 songs on this project, Most Dangerous, so I can't give it too high. But these 4 songs just prove even further why Sha is one of the best in New York. Somewhat repetitive, however. Yeah, this isn't the best project I've heard from Sha. I really like his last 2 projects that he's put out. This isn't really a project. It's kind of just like a little EP, little mixtape type thing. But all the songs are solid on it. I think his flow is kind of getting a little repetitive. because it's just the same thing, New York drill. That's just what it is. But it's not my favorite, but it is what it is, honestly. If you like New York drill, you're probably gonna like that. I don't know though. Another add-on album we got here from GloRilla. Anyways, Life Great bonus edition. The bonus just adds 3 remixes and 1 new song to the album that was already pretty good. That's supposed to say good. The new songs are enjoyable, but nothing insane. So I kind of take it back with the whole idea of like the new songs are enjoyable but nothing insane, because I thought this project was good. But my 3 favorite songs off the album now are all songs that came on the bonus edition. So maybe I'd bump this rating up a little bit. I gave it a 7, maybe a 7.5, maybe 8 possibly. It was good when it came out, but the remixes, she added Lil Durk on X's, well, Fat and All, and Get That Money. She just added 2 other female rappers that are good. Or I think she might have only added one. One of them might have been on, but and then Trina, of course, which she's an absolute legend on the remix. They're all, solid. It's just good. Maybe I'd bump this one up a little bit. 7.5, probably 8. All right, so one of my favorite projects from this month. Now, this is also another added thing, but basically the way he did it is it's almost another album, or at least the EP. We got Help Is On The Way by New York's own Scorey. Shout out Scorey from Syracuse. I love Scorey. Scorey's one of my favorite artists. Get him in XXL freshman class for sure this year, 10th. I'm not even trying to plug him, but for real, Scorey is really that guy. As someone who loves Scorey a lot, I really enjoyed this album, and in this deluxe, it just adds 7 new really good songs, with some of them being in contention for best on this whole project. So, when I listened to this project, I think it came out last year in December, I want to say. When I listened to this project, I really enjoyed it, and I listened to a ton of songs off it. It's really good. But then this one just added even more songs that are so good. I've been listening to a ton. Mass Scholar is amazing. And then Superstar is basically rock and roll, but it's just possibly better. No, this project is really good. I gave it an 8.6 out of 10. I'm trying to get a little bit more like different with the decimals when it gets to like 8, because everything starts to get closer. Then everything's good up there, but it's just determining what's better. And Scorey has an argument to be even higher than that. All right, one of my most anticipated albums of the month, of the year, maybe. Mad by EST Gee. I've become a huge EST Gee fan now. I heard about him a little while ago. He wasn't anything crazy, but he dropped a collab project with Doug, and then he dropped, oh my God, what's that one album called? The one where he's on the throne. I forgot what it's called, but this is, I wouldn't say it's my favorite thing he's put out, but it's also good. I really enjoy EST, and this album is a mix of his trap hard songs and his more melodic, trauma-filled songs. It results in amazing sounds from beginning to end. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. I was hoping to give it even higher, but it's not my favorite project by him for sure. Undefeated is amazing, one of his best songs I've heard. Ball Like Me Too and Pray You Die in Surgery are my other 2 favorites that I've came back to a ton. But that Kanye sample and Ball Like Me Too, flawless, completely perfect. His flow is great. EST Gee is one of the best out right now, like as far as that style. If you don't really listen to EST Gee and you like that kind of style, for sure get on that. He's really talented. This isn't my favorite project by him, but it's another just good piece of art by him. All right, so this album is pretty dookie. We got Chilli Season by R3 to Chilliman. It's not bad. It's just messy. His flow is often messy, and sometimes he's very offbeat. It's not terrible, but I don't really love the lazy type of vibe of this project. That's the only thing I could say about this project, is the fact that this is just so lazy. Like, the way he raps is so lazy, and sometimes that works, but with him it really doesn't most of the time. There's a couple songs that are like, okay, Vacuum and Helicopter are really the only 2 that are like okay with what he's doing. But I haven't came back to any of them It's a bad project, boring, lazy, ew, don't really like it at all. Alright, so we got another posthumous album, R.I.P. Lil Keed. Now the first Keed talk to him is good. I really enjoyed that project I don't want to say I really enjoyed it, but there were a couple songs that I really loved off that project. But this one blows the other one out of the water. So, Keed's biggest album lived up to the hype. This album is a mix-up of really good songs. There are some total bangers and a couple songs that miss, but an enjoyable one nonetheless. I gave it an 8.2 out of 10. So I heard the Lil Keed Big Sean collaboration before on the Young Stoner Life project with Warrior. And I really enjoyed it, and it was one of those things that I was like, that doesn't really make sense for why I would enjoy it. But it happened again on this album, and Hottest comes out to be an absolute banger of a song. And that's not even the best song on the album. Hitman is the best song on the album. It's so good. The intro to it, I forgot what it's called, but it's a really good song as well. Long Way to Go. There's a ton of songs on this project that's really good, and I have came back to this a ton of times. He absolutely kills this album. R.I.P. to Lil Keed. Good features on it. Good all-around album. Doesn't miss, really, at all. Alright, we got Respect, Power, Money, RPM by Compton Av and Steels. It's not bad, just extremely boring, and the songs and ideas can be somewhat cringe sometimes. These songs are not bad at all. And if you like kind of, I don't want to even say lyrical because it's not that. That's giving them way too much credit. But if you like that kind of like old man flow, as I like to say, you probably think this album is decent. It's just not very good. It's okay. 4 out of 10. I really don't have anything bad to say because I can't shit on it. It's not bad. It's just not anything exciting at all. Alright, we got an R&B project again. Another great one. We've had so many of those this year. We got Forgotten Flowers by ELHAE, I like to say. This album is great, honestly. The emotion and vocals are so felt, and I love it. The only thing that holds it back is how short it is. That's literally it. So we got another short project, but this one's really good. It's just another vibey album, and it's one of the best of this year so far. Really good. I can't wait to hear something longer from him. This is just an album that you gotta listen to for sure because it's way better than a bunch of R&B projects I've heard this year. Money Man is one of my, favorite current rap trap artists like that. So I got really excited when this project came out. A little disappointing, but not bad. We got Red Eye by Money Man. A lot of the songs sound the same, but truthfully, it's completely fine. This album is very enjoyable from beginning to end. No misses and a great flow on every song. So, like I said, very repetitive. Like, you can listen to the whole thing. It sounds like one big song, kind of. But, it's okay, though, because basically every song is good. So, it's kind of repetitive, and it kind of isn't. It's not something that I would listen to, straight back to back to back to back. But I'm not really skipping it if it comes on. A song comes on my playlist, I'm not really skipping it. It's a good song. Arms Race, Ain't Your Friend, Biggest Lie are good. Those are my top 3 off the project, but just a solid album. I was expecting a little bit more, but it's still good. Alright, one of the most anticipated albums of late, and we got One Thing at a Time by Morgan Wallen. So I'm just going to read my statement and then really assess on it. Although I don't enjoy country music at all, Morgan Wallen is someone I truly enjoy. This album is very enjoyable, and that's coming from someone who hates the genre. So when I mean hates the genre, there's a ton of people that hate country music. I hate country music, and it's kind of wild because this Morgan Wallen project is quite literally an amazing project, and I've actually listened to it a ton. But I hate country music. I don't have another country song by anybody on my playlist. There's not one that's like, oh, I hate country, I hate Blake Shelton, but I have this one song on. It's not like that at all. Morgan Wallen is the only country music artist that I have on my playlist, and I damn near have this whole album on my playlist. I've heard a bunch of songs from Morgan Wallen that I've enjoyed, but this project blows anything out that he's ever done, in my opinion. This album is amazing. I give it a 9 out of 10. One Thing at a Time. Last Night's been going viral lately. And then Dying Man. Dying Man is an extremely deep song. He basically talks about how, the girl saved his life, really helped him. And yeah, it's just this project is so good. If you love country, you love it. If you don't, I hate country, but I still enjoy this project. He's just good. He's just got that talent. Yeah, now this album is really good. There's not much else to say. It's just an amazing project. 9 out of 10. Pretty random album here. We got Rich Amiri by Evolution. There's a couple of bangers for sure, but a lot of it sounds the same and very casual. Nothing special, but it's okay. When I was picking out my top songs for this, I re-listened to it, and the whole thing sounds the same pretty much. Got a little Tekka feature on it that's good. The songs are good. It's solid. 6 out of 10. It's above average, I'd say, but there's not, just to listen to it if you want. It's good. It's solid. It's nothing crazy. So we got On Top of the Covers by T-Pain. When I seen this project and I was about to listen to it, I didn't even make the connection, but then I seen the track list and I was like, huh. And then I realized that it was all covers. Short cover project with a couple of the covers being really nicely done and some pretty whack. Some of his vocals are undeniably amazing though. So when I mean undeniably whack, now I do have War Pigs as one of my top songs because he actually does it pretty good, but it is kind of whack too. It's kind of weird to hear T-Pain doing that song. And then Don't Stop Believin', of course, great song, iconic song, in my opinion, I don't know if I could say it fully, but maybe the best band in history, Journey. It doesn't work at all. But then you got Change Is Gonna Come, obviously a classic by Sam Cooke, I believe. He absolutely kills it. It's a great job. Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton, really good. I think he did better than Chris Stapleton, but I also hate country music, like I said. Yeah, it's not bad, but there was definitely some whack stuff going on, and I can't really give it anything high. I give it a 4.5. It's a short album, and there's definitely some whack stuff on it. So I've never listened to anything by Kaylee Uchis, I want to say. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it wrong. But I've never heard anything really, but I've heard her on features of, I can't think of where right now, but I've heard her on features on different projects, maybe Don Toliver, I don't know. And I enjoyed her, so I was excited to listen to it. This is Red Moon and Venus. This is extremely disappointing. She's got a pretty good voice, and the story of the project is pretty good, but it's not very good. I just don't enjoy most of the music, and it's all over the place. That's just how I feel about it. It's just not good, honestly. I give it a 3 out of 10. It's not good. Blue is pretty solid. Fantasy is completely carried by Don Toliver. Como Te Quiero. She mixes up like Spanish with English and a bunch of different songs. It doesn't work. I just don't like this at all. It's one of the R&B projects that I really dislike. So yeah. We got Heartbreak and Other Stories by Richie Campbell. All the songs sound very similar, and he has a good voice, and a lot of songs are good, but it gets very old going down the track list. Not bad, however. So he started off the project pretty good. There was a couple songs right off the rip that I really enjoyed, like Chapter V, Chapter 5. Bear With Me, I believe, was good off the kind of the top two. It could have been on the bottom two. Heartless. One of those two were like in the middle. There was like a song that he sounded like The Weeknd, and I was like, "Ooh, this is pretty good, man. This guy's got a lot of talent." And then it kind of switched to like a pop can type flow, and yeah, I was a little confused. It was like very Jamaican, very Burna Boy-esque, which I don't hate either, but it was just weird. It's not bad though. He's got really good vocals. I just don't love it. It's not really my total thing that I really like, but it's not bad. I give it a 5.5 out of 10, above average. All right, so this is the first project that I've ever fully listened to by Fall Out Boy. It's pretty short, but I'm not a Fall Out guy. I'm not a Fall Out boy, you could say. But I do think there are a fair amount of good songs on this. There are some misses too, for sure. I think it's simply average for me. So I actually have been listening to I Am My Own Muse. Moose is really good. Really, really good. I've been listening to it a ton. The chorus is great. His vocals are really, really good. The band is good. And then Heaven Iowa is also really good. But past that, I haven't listened to any songs off of it. I give it a 5 out of 10. The talent is obviously there. Fall Out Boy's been around for a long time. It's just not really my type of thing. And a lot of the songs on this project are pretty not great, in my opinion. But there are a couple songs that I really enjoy. And those two are the ones that I'll really recommend. Alright, Never on Time by Quinn FNN. This album is really good. This is my first time deeply listening to Quinn, and I'm pleasantly surprised. His flow is amazing, and he's pretty diverse. Really good project. When I say really good, I kind of am over exaggerating, overreacting. It's not really good. It's not anything crazy, but the project is good. He's got a really good flow, and his lyrics are solid. He can do a couple, different things. He's pretty diverse. Yeah, it's a good project, honestly. All these songs on it is really good. Detroit Flow Part 2 is probably my favorite. Glizzy's really good. Lil Two's has a great whole thing on that. Money Man on Revenue is really good. But yeah, Quinn's good. He's definitely talented. He's definitely somebody that I'm gonna look forward to hearing more from. It's nothing like crazy, but it is a good project. I can definitely just listen to it for sure. This is a project that I was extremely disappointed in. We got 3 by Josiah. Now, Josiah definitely does not work for everybody. A lot of people don't like that, screaming type of rap, rock type thing. But Josiah, I really like. I like that kind of stuff. And I was really excited to hear this, but it really disappointed me. Not bad, but it's just kind of boring. There's not a ton of music that is sometimes sometimes okay, and sometimes just not good at all. It's average. Yeah, I would say it's average, but it's a little less to me. I had pretty high expectations for it just because I really like his work, and it really wasn't that good. Bloody Nose, which he released before, was pretty good with Scar Lord. And then Art of War is pretty good with Denzel and Rico Nasty is good, but after that, there's really not that many good songs. Undertow's okay. The drums and the whole band that's behind it is really good, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this project at all, which is really disappointing actually because I love Josiah. All right, I'm gonna get right into my analysis on this one. I always wondered why I never listened to JPEG Mafia, but this album is every reason why I've never listened. This is a mess. Samples save a couple songs. I gave this project a 1.5 out of 10. We got Scaring the Hoes by JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown. I always thought that JPEG Mafia was a total spitter, and I was sleeping on him the whole time. I did the same thing with Earl Sweatshirt for a while, where I kind of avoided him, but I don't know why, because he's one of the best lyrical artists we've heard. I thought that was going to be the same way with JPEG. I was completely wrong. JPEG Mafia is horrible. Maybe he's not. I can't even say it because I haven't heard his past projects. This album is horrible. They're all really bad. Fentanyl Tester is one that came to my mind, but it was simply because the sample. Perfect, I guess, is okay, but they're all bad. Yeah, this project is god fucking awful. So Big Baby Gucci again with another project. Now the last one, I thought it was okay. It was a little vibey. It was a little cool. First time really listening to him, it was good. But this one really blows that one out the water, I think. I still give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's nothing great, but this project is way better than his last, and pretty much all these songs are solid. I like it. So he went with the color theme. All the songs are a different color, so it gets a little confusing. But Silver and Burgundy are the ones that I really remember being good. Red is also good. But yeah, no, this project is good. The whole thing is good, very consistent. Nothing that's gonna blow you away. Nothing that's gonna completely take over your playlist, but it's solid. It's a good project, and you should definitely check it out if you're into I don't even want to say it's vibey like that, but it's not like rap, but it's not like R&B either. It's kind of in between, and if you enjoy that, definitely check it out. All right, so we got another female R&B artist that completely let me down. We got Chloe, which I've heard a couple different things with her on it. Favi had her on. That she put out the song Chris Brown. How does it feel? It's good. So I forgot to change this that quote, so I don't remember exactly my thoughts, but In Peace is actually good. There's a couple songs that are decent, but it really let me down. I thought it was gonna be really good. She's been good on everything I've heard her, but this project just is pretty. There's just not much there at all. It's pretty dead. I'm not a big fan of it at all. So we got DJ Drama Project, which is very exciting for me. You know, you love a project with a bunch of features, especially with a big name like DJ Drama. Um, I'm really like that. So this one I changed. I first listened to it and I gave it around a 7.5 because it was good, but it wasn't great. Then I went back to pick my top songs, and I really struggled because there's a ton of really good songs on it. At first I didn't know how I totally felt about it, but there are so many good songs off this album that I will have in my rotation for some time. This is really good with a stacked feature list. So we got FMFU, with Lil Wayne, Roddy Ricch, Gucci Mane. Great song. Gucci Mane's part's pretty mid, but Lil Wayne's part's great. Roddy Ricch's chorus and verse is good. Been a while. Vori chorus. What do I always say? G Herbo, Mozzie, great song. Then he's got the one with Benny the Butcher on there that's really good. Then the Offset Moneybagg Yo song is really good. It's just stacked. Features is stacked. Wiz Khalifa song is on there is good. There's just so many good songs on it. Lil Baby but A Boogie song is really good. I give it an 8.6 out of 10. Could go up, could go a little down. It's just there's gonna be a ton of songs that are on my playlist though for a decent amount of time. All right. So doing this, Call Me If You Get Lost, the estate sale. So Tyler, of course, this is a older project, 2022, but he added a bunch of new songs on it. And my God, I went back and listened to this full project because I remember it being good, but I really listened to it. And this isn't even clickbait. This is truthful. This is gonna go down as one of the best hip hop albums. I'm not gonna say of all time best rap album, but it's up there as far as like it's gonna go down as a legendary project. There's so many good songs off this album. Manifesto is my favorite by far. Hot Women Flow is really good. Corso, Lumberjack, the song with Vince Staples is really good. Yeah, there's just so many good songs off of it. This 2022 album is absolutely outstanding, but the added songs for the bonus edition or deluxe isn't really there as much. It's a great all-around album, but some of the added songs are pretty mid. My fault. Yeah, no. That's how I feel about it. It's just the fact that some of the songs are kind of mid that he added to it. Like their ASAP Rocky song, I was really expecting to be a banger. It wasn't as good as I remember it. Or not as I remember, but as I was hoping. But it's still good. And then the whole album that came out last year is amazing. The Vince Staples song is amazing. I forgot Dogtooth, I think. Really good song. There's a bunch of really good songs. It's really gonna go down as one of the best in rap for sure. So I've heard about Luh Tyler coming up. This project is okay. I'm very indecisive about it. I kind of want to keep my rating. I kind of want to give it worse. I don't know. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It started off pretty bad. I said the beginning was a little hard to grade because the talent was always there. Just bad songs on this project. However, the rest was solid and a lot of songs are good, to be honest. Backflipping is going pretty viral. It's pretty good. Then we got Weeks with No Cap. I enjoy that a lot. Getting Fishy is also good. It's solid. He's a young kid. He's got a lot of talent. It's a solid project. I don't think it's anything great. I don't think it's anything bad. All right, so if you ever heard a project that literally makes you tired, you know what I'm talking about. This album is one of those albums that literally just make me sleepy just thinking about it. Since I Have a Lover by Black, although his vocals are great and some songs are really solid, there's just so much empty space on a lot of songs with random singing and nonsense. It's not great. So really I really had a struggle picking out the songs that were my top songs. There's no songs that are really that good. A lot of songs are just pretty mid and maybe even less than mid. He'll have like a decent part in a song and then he'll just fill it with empty space and like random just like it's horrible. I really don't like this project, and 5 is extremely generous because I was gonna give it way worse than that. So this is the second O3 Grado song album that has came out this year. And when I seen that it was, I believe, 36 songs long or 33, something like that, I was like, no way. And I held it off for so long. But it actually surprised me. There's a decent amount of good songs on the project. There's nothing like amazing, but majority of the songs on the project are actually pretty solid. I ended up like liking like almost 26 of them, 27 I think. My extremely low expectations were blown out of the water, and even though there's no amazing songs that I will definitely be playing, most songs are really solid and I enjoyed them. Solid project. One Drink Too Many is really good, and Like I'm Regular is really good. Then Coil Ray Diamonds is pretty good with Ty Dolla $ign. It works. But like I said, there's not many too like top heavy songs. It's just really solid throughout the whole thing, and there's a lot of songs that I wouldn't be like mad about hearing if somebody played it on the aux or something. So I'm trying not to make this video the longest video of all time. So we got The Great Escape by Larry June and The Alchemist. This is a pretty simple one to just give my opinion on. Simple as one of the best producers ever and one of the best lyrical artists right now. Great album. Orange Village really caught my eye. I don't even know who Slum Village is exactly, but that song is really good. He spits on it. Slum Village comes in and really spits on it. Then Palisades with Big Sean is really good. And then the song with Joey Badass and Currency. Come on now. It's not going to miss. Alchemist, Larry June, Joey Badass, Currency. It's not going to miss. It's the most self-explanatory project, like, grade ever, honestly. So we have probably a little bit of a controversial one. We got Quando Rondo with Recovery. This is my favorite Quando album since Q-Pac. This album is extremely good and consistent throughout the whole project. This is definitely one of my favorite projects this year so far. I mean that truthfully. The whole project is good. He switches up from like, he always has like kind of the same flow, but he switches up from like a little bit of angry, a little bit of vibes, and then like a little bit of sadness. Then he does All By Himself. He has Young Boy on the last song of the album. That's really good. That's my favorite song probably out the project. But From the Bottom, Long Live Pop are the two that I came up with as my top songs. But there's a bunch of songs on the project that I was really like, they were really right there. Yeah, no, it's really good. I give it an 8.7 out of 10. This is one of the ones that I'm gonna stream a ton, and I can listen to it. Like I would listen right through the whole time. Yeah, no, I enjoy Quando Rondo, and this is one of his best projects. And we got 22 by Huncho. I've never really listened to anything by Huncho, but I've heard him features on a couple things. This is another really kind of long project. It's not the best album I've ever heard, but it's good. His flow is great, and he has songs that have extremely hard trap sounds with a sad sounding way to it. Old Soul is my favorite song. Looking for Love is good. No heart in them. It's pretty. All the songs are pretty similar, but they're all good. I give it a 7 out of 10. There's not much to say about this one either. It's solid though. He's got an interesting voice that I don't think everybody would like though. So you just gotta listen to a little bit of it and think if you like it or not. All right, Juicy J, Mental Trillness. So I was a little hesitant about listening to this one. It's not bad though. I just don't enjoy Juicy J's music. A lot of his flows are messy and his songs are cringy. All the songs for the most part are okay, enough to listen to though occasionally. I'm Stressing is pretty good. Workout is completely carried by Finesse, but it's not bad. And Getting's okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm just not a Juicy J guy, but it's not terrible. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It is what it is, honestly. To me, a surprisingly really good album. We got Surfer Drown by Hit Boy. I want to say completely surprisingly because I knew that he can do good things rapping, but you know, a lot of people know him as producer. It's a short album, considering half the album is instrumentals. However, from producing standpoint, it is great. There are some misses for sure, but his rapping ability is actually very good. The only reason why the score is pretty low is because there are a couple songs that are pretty bad. But then The Tide with Nas, fantastic. Composure Part 2, I think it's the last like song. Really, really good. And then Tony Fontana 3 with Currency. They do their thing. Hit Boy's a really good rapper for sure. And I can't, he's really, really talented. I can't wait to hear him on a track with somebody like Larry June, Joey Badass, something like that. I really want to hear that. Now he can really spit, and there's a couple of really good songs about this project for sure. It's a shorter one just because of all the instrumentals and stuff, but it's good. It's actually very surprisingly good. All right, so we got BB Kid 3 by Cash Kid. I didn't know exactly how to feel about this, and I kind of went back and forth on the score. But this album is so hard to grade for me because his wordplay and flow is sometimes really amazing, but a lot of the time his flow is trash, and there isn't a lot of good happening. But his wordplay is decent. And when I say decent, I kind of was underrating him a little bit. I think his wordplay is great. A lot of his bars and stuff are funny, and out the way, he has so many good, like, clever bars. Some of them are funny, some of them are like really, really good. So I gotta give him credit there. But yeah, there's some really good songs with this project, and the whole thing is pretty consistently solid. Sometimes he kind of goes a little too crazy with the flow, and like it just doesn't sound good. Like he tries to fit too much in. That's the one criticism I have on it. But it's good. I gave it a 7.2 out of 10. Yeah, so that's just what I give it. All right, so now that we got all those out the way, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you keep liking it up. Make sure you share, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. I want to do some more content, maybe some stuff with my girl. Maybe, you know, some more basketball stuff, maybe some stuff with the homies. I don't know, something like that. Maybe more music stuff. I don't know. We'll do some things though. We'll definitely do some things. Yeah, this was a busy month. There's some really good projects. There were some really bad projects. But yeah, let's just see what happens down the line. We're gonna get some new content in. I want to talk about a couple of different things I'm doing with this. Like I said, I want to do awards at some point. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna do them. I don't know if it's kind of getting to a point where it could be a little too late, but we could go back. We could backtrack for sure. And then we could even do both. We could run it back and then do a couple of the months, and then we can go and do a full end of the year type of awards by month. We can do whatever we want. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. I'm thinking about starting also a monthly album, just like a Spotify playlist of each month, put in about 30 songs on of the best songs from the month from the albums, and you know, basically just my top 30, and you know, making it like a big January album, February album, March album, and then when I do that, I'm gonna put them all down in the description. So yeah, let me know how you feel about all those things. Make sure you comment, share, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I appreciate the love, the support. Make sure you guys check out what you gotta check out. And okay, of course, always IG description, timestamps are gonna be down there. SoundCloud, you know what I'm doing. All that stuff. I'm tired of sharing now, but yeah, had to crank this one out before it got really too late. You know how it is, bro. NOFTY gang. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it, bro.